Okay, so here's your quick formative assessment tutorial. First one, Kahoot. All your students need devices, and you need to project. Doesn't have to be a smart board, but it just has to be a screen because the questions are only projected on the screen. The kids don't have them on their device. This one kind of gets crazy. The kids love it, but it's free and it's fun. So when you go to Kahoot, you can do quizzes. This is a brand new one. I've only done this once. You're kind of putting things in order, sequencing. I've never used discussion. And then I have done the survey too, so I'll just kind of give you an example here. So we're doing rooms of the house, so basically you can edit. You just put your questions in. It's multiple choice. You do to get some data back from it as well. So if I wanted to play it, I just click play. You can put them in teams, and then, or you can just play classic. You can do some different options here. I like to play around with those, and they do give you some new experiments, which of course you've signed up for. So anyway, when you want to do that, then you just will press continue. The students go to kahoot.it. They enter this game pin here. Whoops. Oh, that was loud. And you'd play it so they'd see it on the screen, they'd answer, and it is super fun. So pretty easy to create. So when you do want a new Kahoot, you just click here and choose what kind you want, and you're off. To play it in class, kahoot.it for the students. They see the questions on the board, you're the one who scrolls through them, and then it gives them their results. So that's Kahoot. And this one here, Flickers, I don't need to do that with you, and Formative, that one is kind of along the same lines, except for it's a little more subdued. So, and I, again, pick a whole bunch of different ones, so you put your quizzes in here. So again, I have this furniture one, so you can go ahead and edit it or whatever, so I want to save it. And I want to launch, you can do a space race, so you just pick one of these. And you can pick what kind of thing is going across the screen. I usually let the kids do it, and then you can play around with the settings. You can decide how many teams you want. And then you go ahead and start. So this one, they'll have a room. Like my room is always French 413. So then they go to Formative student. They type in French 413 and their name, and then the questions come up, and then they just go ahead and answer them. And you can see if you do space race on the board who's winning. Quiz, they'll just see if there's their seat. You could, like if there's a question you want to do right away, you could say, okay, go to Formative student. So I'm going to ask you multiple choice questions. So you can say, okay, the best business principle is, and then you would say them out loud, or you can even write them on the board and then say, okay, go ahead and make your choice. Like it's that quick. They just have to join your room, and then you just have to choose quick question, and then you can see right here, you'll get the results right away. You can do a short answer like that as well. So that's a real quick exit ticket that you don't have to grade. So that's pretty much it. And of course you do get your results and your data, so you can click and you can see the different ways to do it. So that's Formative. And then there's Quizalize. That is Quizalize. I think I've got way too much stuff in here. Quizalize. There we go. So you go here. And of course, I have a bunch of these. They're always on here trying to help you out, which is nice. So maybe we're teaching food. So these are my questions here. So I want to give it to my class. And then again, I can go ahead and randomize the order and whatnot. So if I like this, I'm going to continue. Now the one thing I like about this is you can choose by class. You get the data separately, so that's nice. And I can play it in class. We can all play it along together. I can give how long it's open for, or I can give it to them for homework. And of course, you can give them, I actually give the students a couple of tries. They ask me for this, like, can we try more than one time to get a better grade? And you'll see how many times they've tried and what their grade is each time. And of course, you can check to see their results. So if I finish this, I want to give it to them. And anyway, so they're waiting. So I did one on December 6th. So I can see the results, and this comes up as they're doing it, so you can really see right away who needs help. So who needs help? Or what do they need help with? Okay, so this is something they didn't know, so just kidding. This is something they didn't know, so we went over that. You can get it into a spreadsheet. Okay. So that's Quizalize. So you would, let's go back here. So you would, team versus team, I've done that before, team versus computer. You can really choose whatever you want, but you just have to go ahead and create one first. I think that's it for this. If you go to the home screen, here's where you just click on the plus here for your new quiz. You have to enter it, and then you just go ahead and add a question, and you're off to the races. And you can change the order of the questions. So that's Quizalize. So that's good. It's fun to play in class, but it's also good because the kids can play it on their own, and they can have more than one opportunity to get it correct. And there's another one kind of like that, Quizzes. All right, so we do this one as well. Okay, so I want to go to they also have, I should say that too, you can go on all of these and you can find ones that are already made, so you could probably find some business or math ones that are already made up for you, and you can go ahead and make a copy of it, and then you can edit it for you. So I do it by class periods because obviously I do the same thing all periods. So you go ahead in here, and if I want to play it live or give it for homework, same thing, I can go ahead and edit. You can choose how long they get for each one. And I print it out sometimes for naughty kids who can't play along, but it's pretty good with this one. I don't usually have to. So, and again, you can duplicate it and tweak it. I can see what the average score is. So if I wanted to give it for homework, I can choose these settings. This one does memes, which I kind of like this. The kids do too. So these will, if they're right or wrong, they'll get some of these memes, so you can decide which one you want. Hopefully they'll keep adding to those. So I go ahead and customize those settings, and I would proceed. I could change how long they have to do it. So they go to joinquizzes.com, so just post that, and then this is their game code, and then you will get the results right away. So if I want to see what these kids did, just kidding, if I want to see if what they've completed, so this is period 11, so I can see the accuracy, the percentage. I can see by player who did what, and you can print these out or download it to Excel. So it really is pretty awesome. So that's Quizzes. So for quizzes, for all of these quizzes, Quizalize, Formative, and Kahoot, they would need devices, but all of them have apps, and all of them can be used on their phone too. So let me know if you have any questions. I miss you. Bye.